Hello everyone, it's Hisako. Having a kind of quiet day at home. We were supposed to go to Bakan today, but the storm that we were expecting, Beryl, I believe is what they're calling it, here in Houston, actually ended up hitting a day early. It was supposed to come tomorrow, so we thought, oh, okay, great. And it was sunny this morning, and nope. It started sprinkling on the way over there, and as we were driving down the highway, it was just getting worse and worse, and roads were starting to flood. So we decided, better safe than sorry. We are going to turn back around and go home. So I got all dressed up for nothing. But I would rather be safe than sorry. I didn't want us going all the way out there, and then, the roads flood and you get stuck at the convention, and obviously I don't have a change of clothes with me and cannot spend all day like this. So we decided to ultimately come home for the day, but that's okay. I actually thought instead I would do a quick little video while I was dressed up to talk a little bit about some information about geisha makeup, some little kind of facts that you probably didn't know. So I thought that'd be kind of something fun to share just for today, since we'll not be doing anything else. So some people already know this, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people ask, why do geisha paint their face completely white? So the reason for that is because way back in the day, before electricity, there was only candlelight. So at night, you couldn't really see your face that well. So geisha started painting their faces white, so that way their faces would really pop and stand out against the candlelight, or like if they were walking in the dark, you could see them more easily, since white's obviously going to show up better during the nighttime. So that's actually why they started doing the white, and it's just stuck as a tradition. People have also asked why, the different kind of colorations, the red lips, the red on the eyes, that sort of thing. I had actually heard that it was believed that red, like on the lips and the eyebrows and the corners of the eyes, was meant to ward off evil spirits. So it would prevent anything bad from approaching you. I've also heard that doing the red underneath the eye, because you can see here it's almost like a little petal shape, was supposed to also give the eyes a sort of like slightly weepy look, like you'd been crying, which gave a softness to your character a little bit. They also have the red in the eyebrows. It's kind of hard to see, but I actually like to blend it with a little bit of black. I see a lot of geisha do that. Some do just the red, some do just black, but traditionally it's usually red with like the black kind of layered over the top. They also do the smaller lips because the smaller pout was considered more feminine, more like almost doll-like. So you actually, when you're doing your lips, you actually underline them as opposed to overline them, which traditionally here in the US, we tend to like bigger lips. But when you're doing geisha style makeup, you actually want to make them smaller, and you really define like your cupid's bow as well. You want almost like this sort of triangle toward the center of the cupid's bow, so it's super defined. So that's another little tidbit that probably some people didn't know. Also, another thing that I actually learned when I started doing geisha makeup was not to do just completely white. There's actually some blush involved, and the reason for that is to help kind of contour the face and give it sort of like a glow so it doesn't look so flat. Because if you're doing just all white, it's going to make the face look very flat. So as you can see, I've got some blush around like the nose, goes up toward the eyebrows and kind of fans out toward the hairline. That's about traditionally how you would do it for a geiko. But if you're doing like a Maiko Henshin, they tend to have more blush. Same thing, you're going to define the bridge of the nose up through the eyebrows, but they have a little more on their cheeks as well to give a more youthful look. Also, they do their lips a little differently depending on if you're a senior Maiko or a junior Maiko. But if you're a junior Maiko, you would just do your bottom lip. If you're a senior Maiko, you start doing both lips. So that's a little bit kind of a different take on it as well. But yeah, that's just a few little kind of interesting information about geisha makeup. Oh, the one last thing I forgot is the nape of the neck. So I don't actually do this for mine since it's harder and I don't have the proper tools to do it, but traditionally the nape of the neck, you would see kind of like a bare patch of skin, almost like sort of like in this little kind of triangle type shape, right at the base there. They leave that bare because it shows the natural skin tone, and it's supposed to be considered like sort of a sensual kind of looking thing. I don't want to say erotic because I don't like that word, but generally speaking, it was supposed to kind of make you look slightly less doll-like in that, like, oh, there's the real skin underneath it, you know, and it was kind of meant to be the equivalent to showing your ankles in the 1800s. So it was, you know, that kind of sensual part of their look. But some geisha don't do that. Traditionally, they usually do in like Kyoto or places like some places in Tokyo and stuff. But I also see a lot of geigi that don't do the patch on the back of the net. They just keep it completely white. I personally just cover the whole thing in white because it is kind of hard to see back there. If you have Shiro Nuri makeup, it helps a lot more because you can actually sort of paint in the lines. But if you're using a foundation like I am, it's a little harder to do. So I just skip that step for me personally. But it is all up to you. But anyway, yes, so that is some things about the geisha style makeup that I've learned as I've started learning to do my own makeup. But if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I will take a look. All right, guys, take care and we'll see you in the next video. Arigatou gozaimasu.